Good morning, everybody. This is the Video Game Frog coming at you from the swamp, and today we have Skate Story, a little-known indie gem that's been in development for quite some time now. I don't remember how long it's been in development for, but I've been waiting on this one for what feels like a very long time, you guys. I originally saw it, I think, at like a game showcase or something, or a Devolver showcase, and thought, wow, I haven't seen something like this before. It's made by a solo dev who goes by the name of Sam Eng. Their soundtrack was done by a band called Blood Cultures, which I had never heard of them until I played this game. And after playing this game, I feel like I need to go listen to all their music now. We'll go into that more later. And it's generally been well received so far by critics and players. It has a very positive on Steam. I think it has like a high 80s Metacritic, or maybe mid 80s. I think I would rate it even higher than what a lot of people are rating it in the professional space right now, but I'll get into that later. So what is the game? So first of all, let's go over performance. How does it actually run? Because we know that on PC we have games come out, they run like crap. How does this game actually run? It doesn't require a lot. It doesn't require a lot of hardware. I think it's like a 5700 and an AMD 5700 or something is like the recommended requirement. So most people should be able to run this game, I think. It runs really well. I was getting it around 80 frames per second throughout the entire game. I never dipped below like 75, I think. It was like 75 to 90, generally speaking, the entire time on my 9070 XT and 7800 X380 at 4K. So obviously it's just going to run so much better at lower resolutions. So if you have a mid or low range PC, don't worry, you can definitely play this. If it's on a console, I'm sure it runs fine on console. I didn't notice any stuttering, any other weird issues, no shader compilation hangups, anything like that. Just ran well, played well, was a generally good time. So what is Skate Story? What do you actually do? So in Skate Story, you are a demon made of glass, tasked with shredding your way through hell in order to escape it by eating all of the moons. That's it. That's the story of the game. It gets a little bit... Some other things happen. If you've seen stories about, oh, somebody's got to escape from hell by doing something before, you've probably seen this story before. We'll go into the narrative in a little bit. The game doesn't really overcomplicate things. It's just a solid skating game. What you're doing is you're either in a hub area and you got to do a quest in order to get to the moon that you have to eat, or to get to the next area you have to go to. And you'll meet a character, an NPC, that will tell you something like, in the first area, you meet like the philosopher, and the philosopher's like, you got to go get these 2 cubes, so you got to go solve the puzzle to get the 2 cubes. The puzzles are really simple. You're not going to be sitting there scratching your head. You kind of just skate around, you figure out what you need to do. You usually just got to do some tricks or skate up to somewhere to grab it. It's nothing that complicated. It's nothing that hard. It's just a solid, you're mostly skateboarding type of game. The controls do take a little bit of getting used to. Instead of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater style of controls that you're probably used to from the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, you don't use a flick stick. You use button combination. So B button is your ollie, or jump, for those that are uninitiated. And you use it with button combinations like left trigger, left bumper, right bumper, in order to do your different tricks and more complex tricks. You can combine inputs. You unlock those as you go. It doesn't feel super intuitive at first. Like the flick stick that Tony Hawk has is just, I think, probably some of the best skateboarding controls in gaming. But this isn't bad. It just takes a little bit of getting used to from what you would expect to be able to do. And once you get used to it, it's totally fine. You'll be moving through the game very fluidly. I think in the footage here, you'll probably see me mess it up a few times, probably because I hit the wrong button, or because I thought A was ollie because A was jump. That's just how my gamer brain works, I guess. There are several times where I hit Y, which is get off the skateboard, rather than any of the other buttons, and would like end my combo mid-trick and just like walk around. That took a little bit of getting used to. But after like an hour or so, the muscle memory just kind of kicks in, and you stop making all those same mistakes, or at least you don't make them as often. the game itself is very easy. So if you're not someone that's typically into these types of games, you don't really play hard games, you think this game looks hard because it's what you do is if you die, so you crash, you just respawn back at the beginning of either the hub world or the obstacle course that you have to get through. That's the other thing too. If you're not in the hub world, you're going through like these obstacle tracks where you gotta like jump and grind over stuff. Sometimes you have to boost through walls or jump over like lines of fire or weave around the obstacles on the sides of the track or whatever. It's not very hard. It's not punishing. Like if you fail like a section, you just respawn back at the beginning, and the sections themselves aren't very long and aren't very difficult. I think the most difficult one I experienced was near the end of the game, and that was literally only because I was trying to do it too fast instead of doing the power slide and slowing myself down to go around a certain corner that the developers clearly intended me to do. I was just trying to rush it and be a cool kid. It's not hard. I think pretty much anyone that picks up this game can beat it pretty easily. I did not actually fail any of like the score attack challenges, because that's what the boss fights are. You have to do like tricks within a certain like cone of light that's on the ground and then land them, and then it takes the boss's HP down, and you have a timer for that. The timers I found were generally pretty generous. I can make a lot of mistakes and still finish. And I didn't think, until the end of the game, the very end of the game, the final boss, actually, I did not actually fail once. And then on the final boss, I messed up because I wasn't really sure where the first like light cones were for me to do the tricks in were. And on the second attempt, I smoked it. So it's not hard. I think gamers of any skill level will be able to get through this pretty easily. You don't have to worry about that. If hard games aren't your cup of tea and the try, die, repeat formulas is kind of making you leery of it, don't worry about it. It's super light. It's super easy, and it's just fun. It's perfectly paced. The game doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't get too repetitive. It ends exactly when it needs to end and gives you exactly the depth it needs to give you. Now, the real centerpiece here of this game, I think, is the art and music. So let's go over the art first. The art style is super unique in this game. I don't think I've really seen an art style quite like this. The trippy visuals are super mesmerizing at times. Like, there are times where I was just looking and watching the gameplay and was like, wow, this is really cool. I haven't seen something like this. You know, your demon made of glass. Everything's just kind of trippy and surrealist. You'll meet a pigeon at one point who's trying to write a manuscript on a laptop, and he's pretty funny. But none of the characters overstay their welcome either. It's all just interesting. It's an interesting art style. It's interesting art direction. I haven't seen something like this before. The demon made of glass is just like really cool, the character you play as. The whole thing is just cool. It's just a unique vibe going through the world. You would think it might be muddy and make things like not very visually clear because of how abstract everything is and how surrealist it is. But it actually all just blends together really well. Everything's really clear. You never really have any problems not being able to see things or understand what's going on. It's super good. It's just super visually interesting and unique and will keep your attention alone. On top of that, the audio brings the whole package together in a way that I think a lot of games miss. I think a lot of games skimp on the audio, not just like, oh, how does it sound to hit something? How does it sound to do this? What does this sound effect sound like? But I mean the music. The actual music in a game sets so much atmosphere and is so important, especially for a game like this. So in Skate Story, the camera is kind of pulled down and back, so it's not straight over your shoulder or top down. It's like lower. And this might seem like it makes it harder to see, but it actually adds to almost the cinematic feel of it with the art style and then the music playing. the band Blood Cultures, I guess, made all of the music for this game based on the game. It wasn't just like, oh, I like this band, so I asked for permission to use their music in the game. No, they made the music specifically for the game and the moments in the game. And this is so important, and I wish more like big AAA developers did this with their budgets, in that the music is absolutely perfect for every single moment in the game. It synergizes so perfectly with what's going on and with the gameplay that you just quickly sink into that flow state when you're playing, especially near the end of the game, when the obstacle courses are harder, you're going faster, and you have all the muscle memory down, and the music is going, and you're hitting the tricks and weaving around the obstacles, and it just hits. For the minutes while you're doing this, in between the narrative sections, the whole world drops away. You get that flow state feeling where it's just you in the game, and it feels incredible to play. The music is so good tied to this gameplay that I'm actually getting all of Blood Culture's music on Spotify, and I'm listening to it because I'm just like, wow. I never heard of these guys before. The work they did for this game is incredible. I want to hear what else they got. I have the soundtrack already put into my favorites list. Like, I've been listening to that since yesterday. It's just so good, guys. Oh, the music is just killer. The narrative is relatively simple. I don't think if you've ever seen a story or read a story about someone trying to get out of hell or escape from hell or something like that, I don't think this is treading new ground. It's still very good. It's executed pretty much perfectly. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's not trying to tell you some deeper thing about humanity or anything like that. It's just a solid story. I won't spoil anything in it in case people don't want to get spoiled on it. But it's just really solid. The twists are expected, but they're still good. They still hit when they're supposed to hit. I think it's because the game isn't very long. I finished it in under 5 hours, so you can finish this game in one sitting, one focused sitting if you really want to. And the story fits perfectly within that 5-ish hour mark. I think if it was too long, it would become boring and rote. And if it was too short, you wouldn't really feel like you got the value for your money. $20 for 5 hours might seem like a bad value proposition to some, but for the actual package you're getting here, I think it's pretty dang good. This game is an audio-visual treat, okay? This is a game, this is one of the reasons you play games, is to experience things you never experienced somewhere else. Yeah, you could probably get a more in-depth, longer, more dollar per hour value out of other games. And if you're the type of gamer that prioritizes $1, 1 hour type of games, skip this one because this isn't going to appeal to you. You're going to feel like you didn't get your money's worth. If you're the type of gamer that looks at something like this and goes, no, this is a $20 art piece, this game's going to be for you. You're going to love this game. You're probably going to talk to all your friends about this game. They're going to find you really annoying. They'll pick it up on a sale in 2 years and go like, this game is boring. It's so easy. All you do is like skate down a super easy obstacle course. It's not for the hardcore gamer. This is more of a casual gamer game and people that want to appreciate the artistry of game design type of game, not the type of I want to just sink hours and hours and make this my new thing video game. So if that's what you're looking for, skip it. If you're looking for a $20 art experience, this is a killer. This is probably one of the best one of those games I've seen released in a very long time. The characters in it are memorable and charming, even though they don't have a lot going on with them. They don't overstay their welcome. They don't become quippy or memey. They're just their own unique characters that are memorable. And that's really the thing. For me, when I'm buying a game and I'm playing through a game, I want to remember that. I don't just want to spend $60 and then get 60 hours of content out of it. without really actually remembering what most of that 60 hours was spent doing and the characters and the story from those 60 hours. Because that's what happens with a lot of bigger, higher budget games, is that it's all padded out by stuff that isn't really memorable. And then if you go back and replay those games years later, you then remember all the crap in between the good moments and go, did I really enjoy it this much? I don't really remember that part. Oh yeah, this part. Oh, I hate this part. Like, how many times do you think back about a game that you really loved and then think about replaying it and then suddenly remember a few parts of it that you really don't want to go back through again? I don't think this game has that. I think this game is something that you can pull out every couple of years and vibe to. This is a game that you can put in front of people in your life that are maybe not major gamers and have them play it and come away with a really good experience. I think if you're someone that enjoys game design in general and how the art and music and narrative and programming and how it all comes together to make a sum greater than the whole, or a whole greater than the sum of its parts. Sorry. This is awesome. It's just a really cool indie game. It oozes with creativity and vision. The developer clearly knew exactly what kind of game he wanted to make, and he went and made it and did not compromise on it at all. It sticks to the vision. It never deviates from it, and it executes on all of its core principles absolutely perfectly. Like, yes, could it be harder? Yes, could there be challenge modes? Yes, could there be more to the game than the linear 5-hour narrative? Sure, absolutely. Does it need it, though? No. Because I think all those things would detract from the game itself and what you're getting. Because it wants you to focus on this linear story package and the artistry within it. And it's great at that. It's got a perfect soundtrack, the visuals, mind-blowing, never seen anything like it. I guess maybe the closest would be the Rez games on PlayStation. There's the old one, and then the one that I think they came out with PSVR. I think that would be the closest visually to what this game is trying to accomplish. And it's just gameplay focused. It's not trying to make you focus on like, oh, here's our social messaging. Oh, here's what I, the developer, think about what's going on in society. It doesn't focus on anything else but a simple narrative and skating. It's a video game, man. That's all it is. It's a video game. It's an artistic ass video game. I think this game is a 9 out of 10 indie sleeper hit. I think that you should, if you love video games, you should go pick it up and just enjoy the experience. If you're on the fence on this thinking, I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to spend $20 on this. I really like games that are kind of like this, but I'm not sure it's worth it. It is. It's absolutely worth it. If you're looking for someone that wants a new game to sink tons of hours into and you're thinking, is $20 a good value for that? No, this game's not going to eat up a lot of your time. It's not going to be a game you play every day. It's going to be a game you probably play once, maybe twice, and then think about for the rest of your life. You'll probably play it a couple times a year. Honestly, this is like this game is just cool, man. It's just a cool ass video game. So, in conclusion, Skate Story, it's a yes from me. Definitely go buy this, unless you are someone that needs just a ton of content and you're a content gamer. Don't buy it if you're a content gamer. Do buy it if you're someone that appreciates the artistry of video games and game design. Next on my schedule here is, I think, an Octopath Traveler 0 review. We'll see how far I get into that. I know it's really long. It's like supposed to be 100 hours long, and we'll see how far I get in it. I'm planning on having that come out this Friday. So if I can get through that, I'll have the review. If not, I think I'll still do an impressions video on Friday just to talk about how far I've gotten and what I think about the game, and if I want to get all the way through to the end, because 100 hours is a long time. But we also don't have a packed release schedule until February, really. So I might have time to be able to actually do a full review of that for you guys. We'll see how that shakes out. Anyway, that's all for me today. Have a good one.